Hello, hi everyone. I am Sanjay Gupta. I welcome you on Sanjay Gupta Tech School. So, this is day 25 of Salesforce Learning Bootcamp, and we are learning flows this week. And this is part 3 of screen flow. So, from last 2 days, we are discussing about screen flows, and today also we will be discussing a few scenarios related to flows, that is screen flow. So hi and welcome everyone. So we'll just wait for a couple of minutes so that everybody joins and then we'll be starting. Okay, Simi, so you just posted one query like like this is incorrect because if there is one validation rule already available, so um, it should work properly. So you just need to overcome with that validation rule. Like if um, in validation rule you are checking something, so it should fulfill the requirement at the time of record creation. Okay, so we'll um, talk about this separately, or maybe in Telegram group you can discuss. Okay, so welcome everyone. So this is part 3 of ScreenFlow session, and I'm going to start it. Okay, so this is about me, those who are joining sessions from this week only. So you can just go through my profile. Then I hope you are following all the learning best practices. So I can see lots of people are practicing the exercises which I created for you. So in Telegram group, I can see people are asking doubts and helping each other. So this is good, and this way, if you practice throughout the bootcamp, so you will be able to build a strong foundation for you. And like maybe today's session will be long because I will be finishing screen flow today. So I have to explain three different scenarios. Will be having different requirements. So first I will be explaining and demonstrating, and then we'll take all the question and answers, right? So you can ask doubts on YouTube video comments, Telegram group, or Instagram. So you can utilize the functionality of Telegram group because there people are asking each other's questions. So that is great. And on YouTube comment, whenever I see the comment, so I'm trying to answer. So this is our Salesforce development bootcamp timeline. So like we are about to finish week 7. So today I will be completing screen flow, and tomorrow I just kept one session so that I can discuss with you how you can prepare for admin or app builder certification, right? So it will be not related to our regular curriculum. It will be just focusing on the certification part. So I will be sending you the link tomorrow, and from next week we'll be starting record trigger flow and the other remaining flows. And I think we'll go through with this timeline, and from week 9, like next to next week, we'll be starting the apex programming. Okay, so those who want to start their journey from Apex programming only, so please share the link with them, and please show some support so that I can reach 100K subscribers by the end of this year. And I have planned lots of uh, courses for you. Those will be available free of cost. So stay tuned for those announcements. Soon they will be available for you. So now let's discuss about the screen flow scenarios. Okay. So I hope whatever scenarios I discussed in past 2 sessions you have implemented. If not, like weekend is coming, so you can just give an extra time if you don't have time in weekdays, and just try to implement them. because flow you can just understand by implementing only, right? So here you can see we have screen flow scenarios, so I'm going to implement them one by one, and they are very easy but will be time consuming, because if you read the first requirement, so it says we need to create a contact or an opportunity or a case related to account based on user's choice through one flow. So we need to create one flow. That one flow will be giving a choice to the user, like whether user want to create contact record, opportunity record, or case record. And whatever record user want to create, that should be related to account, right? So first I'm going to implement this first scenario, then the same requirement I will show you how we can implement with the help of subflow. Okay, so I'm jumping to the org, and here also you can see I have just designed day 25 exercise for you. So like I just categorized whatever I am demoing in the session, you can just go through with this link, a live session link, and whatever you need to do as self practice for them, I just provided pre-recorded reference links. So I think this will help you out. Now I'm just jumping to the org, and from here I'm just launching a new flow. Okay, so this will be our screen flow. So from the list, I will be selecting the screen flow so that we can implement it. And I'm just creating it. Now, as per the requirement, so when flow will start its execution, so we just need to ask like which record user want to create. So we need to provide three options. First is contact, second is opportunity, and third is case, right? So in one of the session, I just created a pick list choice set. So someone asked me like how we can create manual pick list in Flow. So today we are going to do that, right? So I'm just clicking on plus and creating a screen, labeling it as object selection. So the screen label is object selection, and here I'm going to place a pick list. Now pick list label will be select an object, right? And it should be required because we need to select particular record or particular object so that we can create that type of record, right? Now what we need to do, like here we don't have any pick list with which we can connect it, because we just need to provide the name of the objects, right? So how we can do that? So you just need to click on this choice. So here we have this option. You just need to click on this choice, and here you have this new choice resource option. So just click on it. So pop-up will be appearing, and from here you will be selecting this choice. And here you can provide API name as contact, choice label will be contact, and here choice value will be contact, right? So all three places, API name, choice label, and choice value, all three will be contact, right? Now click on done. So first choice we created, right? Now if you want to create one more, so what you need to do, just click on this add label, sorry, add choice. So if you click on this add choice button, so here one more option will be available, and if you click and select new choice resource, so again this new choice resource will be available. Just select choice, and here you need to select opportunity. So just write opportunity everywhere, API name, label, and value, and click on done. So second choice is created, then again click on add choice, click on plus, so that you can create one more choice, and it will be for case. So this way, if you want to create manual pick list values, you can do, right? So I created three: contact, opportunity, and case, right? So those pick list values will be available with this pick list. Now I'm just clicking on done. So here you can see the screen is available. So I just want to show you by debugging like whether those pick list values are available or not. So I'm just saving it. So I just labeled this flow, create contact or opportunity or case, and I'm clicking on save. So this is saved. Now we can just click on debug so that we can verify whether the pick list is created or not. Okay, so I'm just clicking on run, and here you can see if I click, so these three options are available. Contact, opportunity and case, all three options are visible. So this way you will be able to create manual values for pick list. Okay, so I hope this way you understood. Now I'm just closing it and moving to flow. So now we have three options: case, opportunity and contact. User can select any one. And if user select case, so case should be created. If user select opportunity, opportunity should be created. If user select contact, contact should be created. So we need to anyhow implement all the cases, right? All the branches you need to implement because you don't know which option user will be selecting, right? So now what we need to do here, we need to apply a decision so that we can check what option user selected. So here I am labeling it as check object selection, and here I am going to check is contact, or yeah, is contact will be fine. So here you need to select the pick list. So our pick list component API name is select an object, right? So this is important to recognize. So it is pick list, so I'm choosing it equals, and here you need to search for contact. So this is our first outcome detail. Now click on this plus, and here you can write is OPP. Then again select this pick list, and it should be equals to opportunity. So this will be our second outcome, right? Now just click on plus so that we can have third outcome. So it will be for case, so is case, and then select the pick list again, and here you need to write case. Okay, so this way you can see I just created three outcomes: one for contact, one for opportunity, and one for case, right? So like yesterday also I used a decision, but at the time I just created one outcome. But here in this session you can see I just created three outcomes so that three branches will be available, and the fourth branch will be default outcome. So in default outcome we will not be doing anything. Okay, now just click on done, and you will see this kind of picture. Okay, now we need to create screens so that we can create contact. So just click on plus just after contact, and have a screen. So on contact, you know, like we just need last name as a required field. So what I'm going to do, first of all, I'm providing label for screen, so it will be contact info. Then I'm going to place two text components only. So first one will be for first name, and another one will be for last name. So last name I'm keeping as required. So this way this screen is created for contact. Okay, first name and last name will be received, and I'm clicking on done. Now after that, what I'm going to do, adding, no, not a screen. I need to add an element so that I can create a record. Okay, and here I am selecting these options. How many records to create? One, and use separate resources and literal values. Then from here I am selecting contact as object. So later in this session, like we will discuss this option as well, how many records to create. So I have one scenario where we will be creating multiple records, so we will be choosing this option. Now here we need to map the fields. So first name will be mapped with first name. Then we need to map last name. So last name will be mapped with last name. And then we need to assign the account ID as well. Okay. So for assigning account ID, what you need to do, you need to create a new resource. And that resource will be a variable, and its API name will be record ID. So actually, contact, opportunity or case will be related to account, and this flow you will be placing on account record page. So as we discussed earlier, if you place any flow on the record page, so from that record page, that records ID will be available automatically into this record ID variable, and its type should be text, and you need to enable this checkbox that is available for input. Okay, so now I'm just clicking on done so that this variable is created, and whatever we are creating, you can see all the information is available here. Whatever we have created so far, all the resources are available here under this list, right? So what you can do, anytime if you want to open any resource, so you can just click and you will be able to see that. So if you click here, you will be able to see if magnifier class is available. If you click, so you can just identify where it is used. Okay, so this way you can just explore whatever you are creating is available here. Now what I need to do, I just created record ID variable, so I'm going to map it here. Okay, I am adding one more field, and here I am adding account ID, and here I am adding record ID and clicking on done, right? So this way first path is completed, like contact information will be received and contact will be created. Now second is for opportunity. So opportunity flow also we already created. So here label will be opportunity info. Then here we need three components. First will be text for opportunity name. It should be required. Then we need to search for date. So date we need to use for close date, and it should also be required. Then we need one pick list. So pick list component I am placing, and here I am labeling it as stage name. It should also be required. And here from choice I am going to create a pick list choice set that we already created. Okay, so here I am selecting object as opportunity, data type pick list, and here I am searching for stage name and clicking on done, right? So this way it will be linked. I am clicking on done. So opportunity screen is created, which will be receiving all three values. Then again here you will be using this option create record. So here you can write create opportunity. Then from here you will be selecting use separate resources and literal values. Then object will be opportunity, and then you need to map the values. So name will be mapped with name, opportunity name. So here we have opportunity name. Then we need to add one more field, and that will be for close date. So here we have close date. Then we need to add one more field that will be for stage. So stage we need to pick screen component, right? So this one you need to select, and then account ID, so that the newly created opportunity will be connected with the account, right? So this way you will be mapping all the fields, and click on done. So two paths are completed. Now we need to implement third path. So for that I am just moving here, and I am going to open sales application, and I'm just showing you like what all fields required on case. So I'm just creating new case, and here I'm going to click on save. Okay, so case origin is required, and other like status is also required, which should be having a value. So by default it is having new. So we will be creating two mapping, status and case origin. Okay, so I'm creating a screen, and it will be case info, and here I need to place pick list, two pick list, one for status required, and here I am going to click on this plus sign so that I can create pick list choice set. So API name will be case status. Here I am selecting object as case, field data type pick list, and here status. So this way what I'm doing, The picklist field that is already available on case object, I am just linking it with the picklist component that I am creating on the flow. Similar to stage that we did for opportunity. Right, so it is created. Now we need one more, so I am adding one more, and it will be for origin. So here you can see we need two, one for status, one for case origin. Right, so it should be case origin. And here again I am clicking on plus so that I can create picklist choice set. So selecting case object, data type will be picklist, and here case origin, and done. So this way both the picklists are connected, and these two are required fields on case. So I am just putting these only, and I am just clicking on done. So this way case info is also available. Now we just need to create one more element, that is create record. So we need to create case. Then we need to use separate resources and literal values. Then object, you will be selecting case, and here we can map status first. So you need to select screen component. Then next will be origin. So here we have case origin, so we need to select the screen component. Then account ID, and this you need to map with record ID. Okay, so this way all three directions are created, and this flow is completed. Now what you need to do, just click on save so that it will be saved, and you can just activate it. And after activation, what we need to do, just go to accounts tab and open any account record, and on that account record you can just place this flow. So just click on this gear icon and edit the page. So Lightning app builder will be opened, and you will be able to place it. Okay, so from here I am searching for flow and placing it here. So I am just removing this one, and here I am going to select this create case or OPP, or create contact or OPP or case. So this flow is selected. Here you can see we need to pass this record ID, so I am just checking this checkbox. And you can just launch this flow through quick action as well. So if you want to do that, you can just apply, because you know that method as well. So I'm just saving it. So it is saved. Now moving back. So on each account record page, you will see this. And here it is. So right now what we need to do, just check the related list. We have 0 contact, 1 opportunity, and 0 case. So I will be creating each record, 1 contact, 1 opportunity, 1 case, and you will see everything will be related to this account. So from here I am selecting contact, clicking on next. So here I need to provide the info. So test con 401 test, and clicking on next. So here you can see contact is created. Right now I'm going to select opportunity, clicking on next. So here I am providing name test 401. Then I'm just populating close date and stage, and clicking on next. So you can see opportunity is also available here. Then I'm going to create a case. So for case, we have these two pick lists. So I'm just selecting values from here, clicking on next, and you can see case is also created. So this way, basis on user's choice, you are able to create particular record on account. Right? So I can see a few questions are there. So very good is asking like discuss loop. So loop will be discussing in the next example, where we will be like asking from user like how many records you want to create. So right now we are able to create only 1 record, but we will be modifying this, and we'll ask like how many records you want to create. Then you will see formula, and collection, sort, and renaming resources. So renaming, I think very easy. So if you want to rename resource, so you can just go to your flow and open any of the element, and from here like you can edit and rename label or API name. If you want to rename any resource, so from here also you can do, just click edit and edit this pencil, and whatever is available for edit you can just edit. Okay. And collection sort is very easy. It's like if you have created a collection variable, so just pass it into the element and it will be automatically sorted. Okay. Sujit, you are saying voice is little down, so just confirm whether it is good now. Simi is asking, do you have pre-recorded YouTube sessions for the formula self exercise? No. I think I added a link there. So that is a PDF, and there you will find the solution. Right? Someone is asking, why do we need to create ID variable? So that ID variable we created to store account ID. So we created record ID variable. It is available here. So this record ID variable is basically reading the ID of account record. If you remember, when I edited this, so if I edit this page again, so I just enabled the checkbox. I'm going to show that again. If I click on this flow component, so from here I just enabled this checkbox, pass record ID into this variable. So the account record ID which you are viewing currently, its ID will be passed to this record ID variable that we created. Right? So that's why we created that. Ashok is asking how we can remove default outcome. So I think default outcome we cannot remove. It is available here, and it is not doing anything. Like if you want to do other than these three options, then you will be able to do. Let me check whether we have delete option for this. No, we don't have any delete option, so it won't be deleted. For others we have delete outcome, but for default we don't have. So this is the limitation. So next question is, what is the benefit of adding flow into account? Isn't it something that is gathered by outside contact? So basically why we are placing this flow on account object, because we are linking all the newly created records with account. So if you don't place the flow on account record, you won't be able to read the account ID. If you don't have account ID, you won't be able to link your newly created records with the account. So that's why we are placing this flow on account record page. Right? And you have two ways. Either you can place it on record page, or you can launch it through quick action. So you can just choose whatever option you want. Okay, so this is done. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to explain you the second type. So second use case says implement the same things but through subflow. Right? So what will happen? We will be having 4 different flows. One will be having the object selection options, and other 3 will be having, like one flow will be having contact creation, one flow will be having opportunity creation, and another will be having case creation. Okay, so quickly I am going to show you that as well. Right? So that way you will get to know how we can connect 2 flows. So one will become the parent flow that will start the execution, and another will become the subflow that will be followed the execution of the parent one. Right? So I hope this you understood. So I am just moving back so that I can create new flow, and I will be reusing one flow that we created earlier. So I'm just opening that one. So in the first session of screen flow, I just created this one so that we can create opportunity, right? So I will be reusing this flow in the parent flow. So this flow you can consider as child, and parent flow I am going to create, and we will be reusing this flow into that. So I'm just creating one flow. So clicking on new flow, screen flow, clicking on create. So here I'm going to create one screen, and this screen will be for object selection. So same steps for object selection, like you need to create a pick list, and this pick list will be having manual values. So here I'm writing select an object, it should be required. Then you need to click on plus so that you can create manually choices. So I'm just copying it and pasting it here. So this is very important to understand how we can create this subflow scenario, right? So because if you have more than one flows and if you want to connect, so this becomes very important. So I'm creating opportunity, choice, clicking on done, then again add choice and creating one more, and this will be for case. Okay, I am clicking on done. So this way choices are available. So this screen is created. Now I just need to apply a decision. So here check object selection. So here I can write is contact. Then we can check it with contact, select an object, then click on plus, then is OPP. Then select an object and here you can search for opportunity. Then again click on plus, here you can write is case. So select an object and here you can write, you can select case. So 3 outcomes are available and click on done. Right, so this is same that we implemented in the previous flow. Right, now what we need to do, we need to click on plus. So we have opportunity flow already created. So I am just clicking on plus and here you can see I have an option subflow. So I'm just clicking on this subflow option and here I can search the flow. So we have opportunity flow. So create an opportunity on account. So I'm just selecting it. This flow is already created. So here you can see create an opportunity on account and I am selecting it and label like call OPP subflow, opportunity subflow. Here it is. And you see like in this flow, we have a record ID variable. And this record ID is having available for input checkbox checked. That's why you can see here this option is available. So you just need to include and you need to match it with the variable, right? So here also in this flow, we need to create that record ID variable. So now what I'm going to do, I'm creating new resource variable and naming it as record ID. So in this parent flow, whatever value is available in this record ID variable, that will be passed into this record ID, right? And click on done. So this way you can see with this flow, your subflow is connected. So on account record page, you will be placing this main flow that we created right now. And this main flow will automatically call your subflow. So this way you can reuse the flows in Salesforce. Right now, I hope like if you go to the exercises, so here under day 23, I just gave you all 3 scenarios. Like here you might have created opportunity flow, then you might have created for contact and for case. So you already might have 3 different flows available in your org. So what you need to do, you just need to build this piece like screen and decision, and this way you can connect all those 3 flows here. So they can work independently as well, and they can work part of this main flow as well. Okay, so I hope you understood, and let me know, do you want me to create contact and case separately and want to attach here, or you will be able to complete this at your own, because I already mentioned this exercise in today's exercises. So here you can see number 2nd you need to implement. So if you need, I can, but if you can practice yourself, so I will leave it for you. So just mention in the chat so that I would know, and accordingly I will proceed. By the time Very Good is asking, can we rename the flow? Can we change API name of the flow? So my answer will be no. You can just change the label of the flow. You cannot change the API name. So how you can verify it? So on flow, here we have this gear icon and at top left corner. If you click on it, so it will open the flow and you will be able to change the label, but you won't be able to change the API name. right? Okay, so I just got the answer from two folks, like they are saying no. So I just take it like you will be able to implement this, and if not, let me know in upcoming session. I will just explain that. But I think it is very easy. You already have separate flows, so you will be able to connect them. Okay, so just practice. It is very easy, and I'm sure like by attending these sessions regularly now, I hope you are learning in depth, and these sessions are helping you to understand things. So if you have any question, you can ask, because now I need to jump on the third use case. Okay, so if you have any questions, so you can just ask. So Bindu is asking, when the subflow is completed, will it be back to the parent flow again for operation? Yes. So here what you can predict. So decision is executed, then it will go to subflow. When subflow is completed, whatever is available after this subflow call, so that will start execution. So for the moment, for few like for some time, your control will redirect to the subflow, but again after execution, whenever execution completes, it will again come back to the parent flow. So very good is asking why we create record ID inside the subflow, because in subflow we are actually mapping. In subflow we are actually mapping. So if you pass that value into subflow, then you will be able to use. And we are using this subflow separately as well. So if you are using it separately, so in that case record ID will be required. So Amia is asking, can we put any background behind flow? So I don't think we can. Rohan, welcome to the sessions. So in the video description, you can just find the session tracker link. So you can just follow the sessions from the tracker. If someone is having the session link right now, just paste it in the chat so that Rohan can go through. And next question is, can you please explain about record ID variable one more time? So I think I already explained it. So you just need to watch the day 23 recording, because it is very time consuming process. So if I explain it again, so it will it will be repeated topic for many of the folks. So just go and watch day 23 recording. You will have clear explanation there. Yes, Rohan, you will get the recording sessions from the beginning. Okay, so let me just share the. So here we have created this kind of session tracker, and this session tracker link is available in the video description. So you can just have it from there. Okay, so now Ashok is asking, what is the use of default outcome? So Ashok, if there are three options available, and you didn't mark that required, and if user didn't select any option, so in that case default outcome will execute, and if you want to show something there, so you can just select it. Yes, Firoz, if you have long flows and if you want to reuse already built flows, so in that case, subflow will be part of best practice. Yes, Tunch, we can connect relationship between elements manually. So you can just have cut and paste options. So if we go here, so let's say I just want to cut it from here. So here we have cut element, and if you click here, so it will be pasted there. So this way, like we can just cut, paste or copy paste whatever you want, we can do. Okay, if you want it back here, so you can just do it right away. Okay, so I think I just answered all the questions. Now let's jump to the next use case, which says modify above flow to ask how many contact or opportunity or case should be created related to account based on user's choice. So this is very interesting, and here we will be implementing a loop. So what I'm going to do, I will be modifying the first one, and later on, like second one, you can modify so that you can ask how many contact opportunity or cases will be created. So moving here, and I'm just closing this one, and I'm going to open the flow which I created in the beginning of this session, and I will be modifying that flow. Okay, and I'm going to convert it into free form. I'm going to convert it into free form because right now I just need to manage the things. So I will be implementing a loop. So I will be placing them as per my requirement. So that's why I chose that. So in free form, you can see how easily we can just drag and drop the options, elements, right? So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to open this object selection screen. So here we will be selecting the object, and here I'm putting a number element one time, and here this number element label will be how many records you want to create, and it should be required. Okay, so first user will be selecting the object, and then user need to provide the number of contacts or records that user want to create, right? So I'm just adding this number component here, and provided the label and clicking on done. Okay, so I can see one question. Gopi is asking, can you explain lookup? So Gopi, you need to watch yesterday's recording, day 24. So like yesterday I explained how we can use lookup in flow. So this way I just modified the screen so that we have like how many records we need to create. Now we will be having this decision, and after that decision we just need to apply the loop. Okay, and like suppose user entered object is contact, and number of records 5. So this screen we need to repeat 5 times, right? This screen we need to repeat 5 times. So we need a loop, and we need to iterate a loop 5 times. Okay, so here I am going to create new resource, a variable, and that variable I am naming as counter. It will be of type number, and here default value I am setting as 1. Okay, decimal places I am removing, it will be 0. So counter is a simple variable whose initial value is 1. So what I am going to do, I am creating a loop which will be starting from this counter, that is 1, and it will go to the value which is equivalent to like how many records you want to create. Okay, so here I am going to click on done. So that resource is created. Now I'm just removing this line. So you just need to click on the flow line and press delete, so that will be deleted. Now here I'm going to add a new, sorry, not the resource, element. So I'm going to add a decision element. So I'm going to create a loop through decision, right? I'm not going to use this loop element actually. This loop element we will be discussing in the record triggered flow properly, right? So in record triggered flow, I will show you the use of this loop element. So right now through decision, we are going to like check or implement the loop. So we need to check counter. So here less than required records, and here you need to write counter is less than or equal then how many records you want to create. Okay, so what we are doing, understand it carefully. So counter is initially having 1, and we are comparing this counter variable with this how many records you want to create. So for example, in this how many records you want to create, user entered 5. So right now counter is having 1, so 1 is less than or equals to 5, so it is true. So outcome of this decision will be true. It means we need to take input for one contact. Okay, and Simi is asking like what does a loop do? So loop basically means repetition. If you want to repeat one process more than one time, so that process is known as loop. Okay, so I'm just clicking on done. So this way this decision is available here. So from here I will move to this, and from here I will go here, less than required record. So if it is true, so the screen will execute. It will ask for contact information. Now we won't be including this create record inside the loop, so I'm just deleting this. And here what I'm going to do, I am going to create 2 more resources. So just focus on this implementation carefully, because it is going to be different. So here I'm going to implement one variable. It will be known as contact record. It will be known as contact record, and its data type will be record, and object will be contact. So actually this variable will be storing contact related information. Okay, and rest I am leaving as is. I am not enabling this checkbox. I am not enabling these 2 checkboxes. So this contact record variable will be storing one contact information. I am clicking on done. Now I am going to create one more resource, and this will be of type variable, and here I am writing contact list. Okay, so this is again a variable, but this time its data type is record, and I am selecting this checkbox, and object type is contact. So why I selected this checkbox? Because in this variable I want to store more than one contacts. Okay, and I am clicking on done. So I didn't do anything on the canvas. I just created 2 new resources here. So you will see them here. One is record single variable and one is record collection variable. These 2 I created. Now, when this decision will be true, like counter is less than required number of records, so this screen will be receiving first name and last name of the contact. And after this, what we need to do, go here on elements and pick the assignment. So here you can write assign contact info. So you will be selecting contact record, then search for first name equals first name, then add assignment. Here contact record dot last name equals last name, right? So this way you are creating a contact record mapping. Then one more time, contact record dot account ID and equals, you can write record ID. So this way mapping we created through assignment, and the mapping we are storing in a contact record variable that I created. So I clicked on done. So this assignment is created. Now we need to connect it. Now after creation of this assignment, we need to create one more assignment. So in this assignment, you need to assign contact record into list. So from here you can search for con list, then select add, and you can add your contact record. Just click on contact record. Now you just need to click outside. So the contact record which we created in the previous assignment, that contact record will be added into the list. So list is basically a container which can store more than one like variables information. Then add assignment, and here you need to increase the counter. So counter, then add, and you can add 1 into it. So counter is a number variable which we started with 1, and if we add one more, so next time its value will become 2. So this way every time this counter will be incremented by 1. Now I'm just clicking on done. So this way this assignment is also created. Now after this you just need to go to the decision. So this way we just framed a loop. This is a loop. So every time this counter will be checking, counter value is less than or equals to this how many record, and if it is less, then you just need to provide contact info. Then that contact info will be assigned into a contact variable. Then that contact variable will be assigned into the list, and this process will repeat until you will create all the necessary data. Now once this decision will be false, you will be connecting it with this create record element. Okay, so here you can see it is default outcome. So someone is asking like what is the benefit of default outcome? So here we have only two outcome. One is less than required records and one is default outcome. So this less than required record is basically creating a loop, and once this is finished and default that condition will be false, so default outcome will go here, and here we need to modify it. So what we need to do, just select multiple. So right now we created multiple contact records, so we just need to create them all together, and they are available into this contact list. So this way if you select multiple options, so you can just add the list and click on done. So this way I just created one part of this flow. Same thing we need to do for opportunity and for case as well. Okay, so I'm just seeing some questions. So yesterday's flow and today's flow are not related, they are different. Okay, Simi. So what I'm going to do, this I just explained for contact. Now I'm going to create the same for opportunity as well. So all the steps will be repeating, and you will be able to understand them. Right, so I am going to create it for opportunity now. So this part is done. I am just dragging it here. So we have this screen, then we have this create record. So I'm disconnecting both. Okay, now like that counter variable we already created. So what we need to do, just use decision. And here you can see check counter for opportunity. Then so here you can write counter less than required. Okay, and here you can search for counter, then you can select less than or equal, and here how many records you want to create. So this way you will be setting up your decision. So whenever counter is less than or equal to this value, so it will be true. Okay, now after that you will be connecting the screen. So with this will be connected opportunity outcome, and with this decision this screen will be connected, and this screen will be reading opportunity related data. Now what we need to do, we need to create two resources as variable. So I am creating first resource as variable, and its label will be OPP record, data type will be record, and object will be opportunity. Okay, so this is one variable which can store one opportunity information. So I'm just clicking on done. Now I'm creating one more resource. So it will be of type variable. Its API name will be OPP list, data type will be record, and object will be opportunity, and allow multiple values so that we can add multiple opportunity records into this list. So these two resources I created. So here you can see we have now two variables as single record and two as collection. So after this, what you need to do, you just need to create assignment elements that we created here. So after this screen, you will be creating assignment. Okay, so from here I am picking the assignment. So assign OPP info. So from here you will be searching opportunity record dot name, then equals from here like name this screen component, then add one more uh, assignment. So here again OPP record dot close date equals from here you can select close date, then again OPP record dot stage equals, then you can select stage name, then OPP record dot account ID. So you need to pass account ID, so you can just pass record ID here. So this way we just did all the mapping, but we did mapping with that variable only. Now that variable we need to assign into the list. So you will be using one more assignment. So assign OPP record to list. So from here you can select opportunity list, then add, and then OPP record. Right, now here you need to increase counter. So counter will be adding 1 every time. Okay, so this way one more assignment is created. Now you can connect everything. So this screen will be connected with this assignment will be connected with this one, and this assignment will be connected with the decision. And once decision is false, so it will create opportunity records. If I open it, so I need to select multiple, and from here I can select OPP list, and then done. So this way we just modified two objects, contact and opportunity. Same way you can modify the case. So this I leave up to you so that you can modify, and you can see how complicated flow it is, but it is very simple to implement if you follow and understand each and every steps. So what I can do, just click on save as, save and activate. So now I'm going to home page and will be placing this flow. Sorry, not on home page, account record page. So I am just going to edit this page. So I will be removing the existing flow and will be placing this one. Okay, this is already available here. Right, so I think I don't need to do anything because it is already available. So here you can see we have both the options. And let's see, on this account we don't have any contact, opportunity and case, everything is 0. So from here I am selecting contact. It is asking how many records you want to create. I am adding 4. I want to create 4 contacts related to this account, right? So this is custom functionality now, and this custom functionality, if it is available in your requirement, so you can just implement this kind of flow. So just click on next. Now here you need to provide first name, last name. So I am creating con let's say 1101 test 1101. Okay, next it is asking one more. So con 1102 test 1102. It is asking one more, con 1103 test 1103. One more, so con 1104 test 1104. And now if I click on next, nothing will be asked, it will be restarted, and here you can see 4 contacts are created. Okay, so this way what you can do, like you can just improve your flow, and you can ask like how many records you want to create, then you need to create collections, and this way you will be implementing the solution. So I just implemented all 3 flows for you. So now if you have any question, you can ask. So very quickly you are asking like instead of record ID, we create a lookup, because if you place your flow on home page or app page, so you won't be having any record ID for account. So you need a lookup from which we can select particular account, and then through that lookup we will be providing the ID. So someone is asking where con list is created. So con list is created here, this contact list, right? I just created it, and through this new resource I created new resource variable, then I filled this selected data type, then selected this allow multiple values, so it is available after that. Okay, so next is before you assign the screen element to create record, but today we need more record. That reason we use the assignment operator and assign. Yes. How can you use more lookup fields in flow? Yes, we can. We can use more lookup fields. Okay, Firas is asking what is the functionality and use case for rollback record. So if due to some reason your flow fails, if you want to roll back all the operations, so for that purpose it can be used. Rituraj is asking how to enable custom functionality. So what does it mean, custom functionality? Can you please elaborate more? No, we don't have any limit to create record. Yes, Simi, we created such a big flow so that 4 records can be created, and it is a custom solution. So we just selected object for which we want to create record, then we provided number of records. It can have more functionalities as well. So it is big because it is implemented for 3 different objects, right? So it is not big, we are just replicating things repeatedly. So if you implement it again and again, so it will be very easy for you. Like this flow, I can, like if I implement it quickly, so it will take 10 minutes for me to implement the complete flow because I have that practice. So it depends on the requirement. Okay, so Firoz is asking collection sort and collection filter. So I think I can use them right away. So if I go to element, so here we have collection sort. So here I can pass that variable. So we created contact list. So you can just have it and you can select the field basis on what you want to sort. So I'm selecting first name. So basis on first name, it will be sorted and will be arranged. So this is the use of this sort. Okay, and we have filter. If you want to apply filter on collection variable, so just select particular collection and you can apply the filter. So select source collection. This element creates a target collection that contains only the source item that meet the collection condition. So it will filter out the records and will create a new collection. Okay, so next is little bit confusing in creating resources, when to create resource. So Praveen, you just need to practice because this is, I think, for the first time you saw this big flow. So if you watch the recording of this session and create it yourself, so you will be able to understand it much clearly. So Nikhil is saying, can we implement in such a way where I put name as test1? All remaining should be created like test2, test3 and test4. Yeah, that we can do. So for that, you need to build more functionality in the flow itself. So it will be more complicated then. But we don't do that because we want all the information like name, first name, last name, all the information we want from user. So we never create data in the flow. We ask those information from the UI always. So Rituraj is asking which is better, coding or flow, and uh, he's smiling as well. So I would prefer flow first. If things you can implement with flow, so you can just implement that, because while implementing flow you don't need to create any test class, right? But if you go for coding, so you will be implementing apex and trigger, and then you need to write test class as well. So that is very complicated to implement. So just try to implement flow first, and then if flow is not capable of doing that thing, you can go for coding. Roshan is asking what are the limitations which can only be removed using trigger. So removed means I didn't get your question actually. So Roshan, can you just type it again correctly? Okay, Ashok is asking what is the use of fault path element. Yeah, this is good question. So let me just explain it. So here you can see we have this create record element. Okay, so like here we don't have fault one. If you go to auto layout, there you will find. So this way it is available, and if you come here, no, here also it is not available. Okay, I think if we click here, yeah, here it is, add fault path. So if you click on this create record, then it is available. So I think if you go to freeform, then also it will be available. So here also it is available. So let me arrange it again. So if you click on it, no. So here it is not available. Again, I need to go back to auto layout. And if you go to auto layout, so here you will find this add fault path. If you click on it, so by any chance, if your record creation is failing due to any reason, so here you can add the fault path. So you can just add a screen, and there you can just display a text like uh, uh, you can just say sorry, due to some reason records are not being created. So that way you can just show the fault path, right? It is simple. Yes, so Rituraj, to create multiple record, you said you need a custom functionality. Yeah. So what we did, this is basically a custom functionality. So suppose your client requirement is like on account, they need a pick list where we have all the objects available, and as per the choice, record should be created, and they want number of records they want to enter from UI. So this is a custom requirement which is not built already. So to accomplish this requirement, we are generally creating the flow. So this kind of requirement can be available in the projects as well. So Rushikesh, edit option will be available if you open any record. So just open account record, and at top right corner under gear icon, you will see this edit page option. You need to open a account record first. Yes, Akula, I hope, like I know it is little bit confusing, but when you will be doing practice, surely you will get it. So collection sort and collection filter, like um, this you can say, like if you have a collection where lots of records available, and if you want to display them on UI, so in that case, like your collection sort will be in picture. And if you want to remove certain records from the collection, and then filtered record you want to use, like you want to remove duplicates, so in that case you will be using the collection filter. So let me give you one example, like in which case you will be using. So I have two scenarios here, deduplicate a collection variable and deduplicate two collection and merge. So these are two requirements. If you go through here, I have used collection sort and collection filter. So these are number 32 and 33, and they are under scenario and flow builder, right? So you can just go through with 32 and 33. Okay, so yes, Mary, I know you might have some confusion like how this complicated flow you will be implementing, but trust me, if you try to implement and go through the recording again, you will be able to implement. And once you implement it, and if it works fine, you will become happy. So Simi, you are asking, it is comforting to know that technical background is not required to become a Salesforce developer. What do you want to know with this? Can you just elaborate more? Okay, so I think I just explained all the scenarios that I planned for today. And if you have more questions, so you can just ask in the chat so that I can respond. And I just prepared a few questions for you for practice. So just go through with them, right? And after completion of this, just go to studysalesforce.com, and under scenario click on flow builder. So here you will see all the screen flow related scenarios. Just go through the list and see if you missed anyone. If you missed, then just go through the recording, and now like you have the base clear, like how screen flows are implemented. So there are lots of use cases available. So uh, a few use cases you need to try yourself, because I can't give like much time to all these scenarios specifically, because we have lot to learn. Okay, so you can just go through, and if you have any doubt, so you can just discuss in the Telegram group, so that your doubts will be cleared. Thank you, Verikuti, for appreciating my efforts. So those who are having doubts and questions, please ask. Otherwise, I will be ending session here only. And tomorrow I have planned one session for admin and app builder certification preparation. So those who want to join, you can. Otherwise, you will be joining the Monday session. Okay. Vishal, I think you will find a playlist link. So on my YouTube channel, flow scenarios playlist is available. So you can just go through with that as well. Thank you, Northern. Thank you, Gayatri. Simiya, like when you will be learning Apex, so I will try to explain each and everything from the beginning. So if you don't have any programming knowledge, then also you can just try to understand. Thank you, Veera. Yes, Aparna, I will be adding some scenarios in our admin project related to flow. So that I will try to do next week. So Roshan, this we can discuss tomorrow, like how to get certification coupon. So I have few things that I will share with you. So through those, like you can just try to get links. Thank you, Archana. Thank you, Tunj. So Ashok, just go through the recorded videos. If you not able to understand, then I will pick. Uh, there also I just explained in detail. So through these three sessions, I just gave you the base of ScreenFlow. Now you just give it a try, because it is very difficult to explain each and every scenario. It will take lots of time. Then this bootcamp will go for 1 year almost, because we have lot in programming as well. So I'm just providing all the collection with you, and this is 25th session. If you are attending from the beginning, now you got familiar with my teaching style also. So if you see recorded video, so it will look like I'm teaching live. Thank you, Vishal. Thank you, Verikuti. No, tomorrow we won't be having any flow session. We'll be having a session on admin app builder preparation. So I just updated the sheet so you can just see. So tomorrow is day 26, and we'll be having this certification preparation guidance. And anything you want to know about me or my journey, so it will be like chit chat session, so interactive session. Anything you can ask, it will be open, and off track session, not will be on particular topic. Yeah, Roshan, we will be discussing about this tomorrow. All the certification related or other than any topic questions, whatever you are asking, please ask them tomorrow so that I will be able to answer them. So Bindu, there is no news as such, like approval processes are being replaced by flow. So if there is no news, so there is no sense of this question. Okay, so I think we are done for today. So thank you everybody for joining, and please help me to reach 100K subscribers by end of this year. So this is a resolution for me. So please help me to share the information with the learners, students. Okay, thank you so much. We'll see you tomorrow.